say, well, QB, all you do is go to Mexico because I have to live here in the States. But I've been to so many different places in Mexico that I'm able to access. And so I have a different perspective, but that's me,
Hey, yo, QB, ain't it fun to
Mhm.
explore the countries like that? Just to get around and know different places to go when you get there?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? Just instead of just sitting on Pedro Casande someplace, so exploring the country, feeling the culture, feeling good about yourself, meeting new people, feeling happy
Mhm.
about your travels. That's
Right.
what travel is about, Passport Bros. Moving around and feeling the country and exploring the culture.
Well, we're not passport bros, man.
He
Oh,
about
I'm
to
sorry. Did I
ride-
say that?
he
I'm
about to
sorry.
reel
I'm
them
sorry. That
motherfuckers in.
slipped out a little bit. That just slipped out a little bit.
He about
Sorry
to
about
reel
that.
that shit in, bro.
I'm
Yeah,
sorry.
we
Right.
ain't
That's just
passport
that's
bros.
just me.
Hold on, NYC King. I don't have any hate towards Ecuador after I got scoped and robbed there. It was by Colombian people. It's like somebody coming to the United States and said, "Hey, I got robbed by a Jamaican," and no disrespect by Jamaican people. I'm just using that as an example. I got robbed by a Jamaican dude in New York with a gun. I hate New York City. No,
I love New
I
York
don't.
City.
I don't feel that way. So yes,
Love New York.
I do like Ecuador. Hey, brother, if things didn't work out for you in Ecuador, that's your issue. But I have nothing against Ecuador whatsoever. And the homie Styles King, he's there in Guayaquil, which BIB has been there. And the promoter, he's hitting me up. He was like, "Yo, your friend wrote me," and he said it in English. So you good, man?
But hey, QB, did you tell
Mhm.
Style King where you met those girls at so that he doesn't take him to that
That
spot?
was that was in Quinto. That wasn't in Guayaquil. So that's a whole different city.
Okay.
So, yeah, so it's like going to Vegas and he's in LA right now. That's kind of like the distance.
Hey, QB, you got Blueprint on the panel. He hasn't gotten to speak yet.
Oh, yeah, Blueprint. What's up, man? Your thoughts and opinions about the stream?
I want to throw this out there. I don't know if you guys already talked about it, but I don't know if you guys are aware that Interpol just set up camp in Medellin.
Mm-hmm.
And the reason why I'm mentioning that is because the mayor of that city has been going after foreigners, including guys going over there for that special tourism.
Mm-hmm.
What intel's being fed to the local guys on the ground is Interpol monitoring channels now, YouTube channels, Facebook channels, about guys going over to certain locations for that special tourism. So
Can I
those
answer
are
that,
things
QB?
we're gonna have to look at, because this dude who got denied may have fit a profile.
That's yes. Mm-hmm.
Can I answer that question, QB?
Go ahead, NYC King. Mm-hmm.
Okay, YouTube has got a big station. They watch all the channels that we got, bro. All of them. You think they don't know what we're doing, what we're talking about? They got somebody watching us now.
Exactly.
Okay. So the mayor of Medellin is just tired, yo. He's just frustrated. He's just tired that whenever you Google or you YouTube Colombia, it brings up one thing. He's just tired.
Mm-hmm.
That's the bottom line. How would you like if there was a crack house in the house that you lived in, and then you moved in it, and people are still buying crack to come to your house?
But
You wouldn't feel too good.
that's the one problem I kind of have with a lot of guys is that they're showing too much. Now, people years ago have been going down to these places for years, and no one said a thing. But now it's all on Front Street.
That's
out
why
there
I'm
in the
mad.
media.
That's why I'm mad at the Passport Bros. That's why before the day we could travel to these countries, nobody knew about it. We did it on a sneak tip. It was our own private little paradise until the pandemic hit. Until people wanted to spread the word.
Right.
Now it's not private anymore.
To comment back on Passport Blueprint, I think you're right. He got profiled wrongly, okay? And they're cracking down. The mayor is cracking down, saying the only way we can control the scopamine is by denying guys to come in here. And he looks like a dude that can possibly, be one of those dudes as well. So instead of having these murder rates, and these scope cases, another way to prevent that is actually denying people coming in.
Yep.
Well, here's one.
I mean,
I'm
that's
have
true.
To give you a little push.
Go ahead, Ronan. You
hold on,
respond and
Blue
then go ahead.
That's cool, and like I said, this is on an international scale. Like I said, there's other countries starting to ramp up immigration, even the visas within the country that you're staying in currently. So when you're looking at not only South America but Southeast Asia doing similar things, and overall worldwide, there's something going on. Whether they're just trying to stop, ST or the other things that are going on in those countries, they're trying to minimize it and they're trying to stop it right there at the border.
Right. Right.
So I mean, it's not just South America, it's other countries. It's not just black people, it's everybody is being scrutinized at this point. Maybe it's turnabout is fair play. We're giving their people a hard time coming into America. They're going to give us a hard time going into their countries.
Facts.
True.
So step up your game. If you plan on staying there longer, get a longer term visa. Stop being motherfucking cheap. If you know you're going to be there 5 times out of the year, why you mind just a 30-day visa?
Right. Mr. G1804, appreciate the super. The problem is making a living of travel content. I'm going to kind of disagree because look at my channel. Yes, there are times of me clubbing and doing other things, but you mainly see me with my girlfriend. I'm promoting, hey, come to Mexico, get a girlfriend, life is good, right? But then you have also other channels where they're peeping toms, they're going to strip clubs, and they're promoting a degenerate lifestyle that some countries, some people really want to disregard. So that's where, I can understand where he's coming from, but what's your guys' thoughts on this super?
Well,
My thoughts. Let me tell you
something.
something. Ronnie will tell you what sort of channel that I have. I have a trucking channel. It's got nothing to do with traveling. It's got nothing to do with pay for play. It's got nothing to do with it's the occupation that I do. But I do travel a lot. Okay? So we can have different channels and different things. I cater to truckers. Okay, I don't cater to with creep camming and Medellin and all those other stuff, but I do travel on the DL because my travel time is private because I could be with my wife. Why publicize me being with my wife and show it to you guys for? What does that make me out to be, a sucker? Hell yeah. This is my private time when I travel. I'm not a traveling YouTuber. You'll see me around New York and Brooklyn and Manhattan doing truck driver stuff, but you want my private time with my ladies is my private time with my ladies. Bottom line.
Gotcha. Styles King.
We stepped on Blueprint. Blueprint never got to speak. I kind of stepped on him. And then we didn't.
My bad, Blueprint. You go ahead and then Styles King.
Well, what I want to say is I kind of wanted to give you a little pushback on what you had originally said, QB. I don't think it's more or less they're denying people so they won't get scoped, because they could have done a task force to protect visitors, because this is tourism. Tourism brings in dollars.
Right.
By them not having some type of task force to protect us and arrest people doing it, that's where I have an issue with. I think this is more about trying to get out of a bad reputation, because if you look at Colombia has always had that reputation from the Carlos Escobar era, and they're trying to clean that up. Now some of these YouTubers are promoting these locations, including Colombia, to be the new special tourist spot. And that puts a bad reputation on them, because I've known this, like a friend of mine, she tells me, or my friend from Brazil, she tells me there's guys calling girls and propositioning them all because they're on Tinder.
Ooh.
Yeah, that stuff is going around. There are a lot of issues, and a lot of these guys are just going over there for that type of tourism, and it brings a bad reputation to that country or that city and stuff. Me
Passport
personally,
Blueprint.
I'm going down there to buy a summer home so I can have a summer place to chill out and stuff.
Yeah. Passport
But
Blueprint. I got a question for you because
Mhm.
DC Born Rob mentioned this, and also the guy, I can't think of his name, Pathfinder. He also kind of mentioned it too about this itinerary. DC Born Rob said that the itinerary has always been there, but he's like, I never used it. So it sounds like you've been to Colombia, right?
no, I haven't been to Brazil.
Okay, well, yeah. If anybody's been to Colombia, is that always been a thing, and is people are just not been doing it? I mean, New York City King, you've been to Colombia, right?
Respectfully, I
Yeah.
haven't been there. I've been to
Okay.
every place else, but I
Mr.
haven't been
G,
to
have you
Colombia.
been to Colombia?
Yes,
I've been to
I've been to,
Colombia.
yes, I've been to Colombia.
Okay.
I've been to
So
Colombia. I usually fly to Cali.
what do you know about the itinerary situation?
I've never heard that. As this situation here, I think most of us is probably the first time we've heard people being questioned about this whole thing.
Well, my question is this: are they talking about the travel itinerary, or they expect you to give your
Oh,
location, every little place you're going while you're there?
no, I think by itinerary they mean like if you're gonna be there, let's say you're there for a week or so, like what are your plans for during your stay in the country? That's what they mean by itinerary. I will think so. I don't know.
No, I
Well,
mean
Whether,
you don't need that. Yo, check because they do a system called CheckMate. It's like a it's like a form you fill out online before you enter, and it usually asks you what hotel you're staying at and address and stuff like that. But they never required a specific itinerary like what you're going to do. So that I think they just kind of got him off his guard with that question.
So
Yeah,
basically, it's kind of like an entry form into the country that you have to fill out prior to coming into Colombia.
Mm-hmm.
That
yeah,
form.
what
because
form? I've never had. I'm not sure. I don't know if every city is different. I haven't flown from the United States into Medellin. I've flown from Medellin. I've flown into Medellin coming from Santa Marta because I was flying around a few different cities within the country. Cali, Colombia. I don't even remember. No excuse. Have you? I remember that form. You remember that back in the days they used to have that little form before you get off the
No, no,
plane on it.
no. It was a form that they implemented after the pandemic. Uh, but
Well,
the
they
last time I
don't
went to
have it anymore.
Colombia, yeah, I don't know why he mentioned that because the last time I went to Colombia, they didn't ask for it. But the website is still up for use. But
Oh, the immigration form.
yeah,
But they, oh yeah, yeah, the immigration, yeah, the same thing on DR got too. You got to tell them, well, your Airbnb information, how long you staying. There's a few questions, but that's like a basic form though. But I think this
Mm-hmm.
situation here is just a managing situation. Um, I don't. I've never really heard that in Cartagena, but I've never flown into Cartagena from the States. I haven't heard that in Cali. So that may be a Medellin thing. As we know, Medellin, they've had a lot of movement, even anti-gringo. They literally had an anti-gringo movement out there. So that is something particular to Medellin.
Cartagena worse. Cartagena worse.
You think?
but as we talk about this itinerary, that's the one of the suspect things I think about this brother that we just watched was that he couldn't even tell him the hotel. He couldn't tell him where the parade was going on
Exactly.
at. Like that's
Mm-hmm.
it's all red flag.
But he know where the playground's at though.
Damn.
Hey, come on, dog. Don't do that, man.
Oh gosh. That's
You know what? We
funny.
don't know. I mean, it can
What did
be.
he say?
Right.
I don't know, guys. That have never happened to me. Besides basic questions, But yeah, I mean, I can see somebody being nervous. Um, and the sequence of the story, right? Something that happened last, he may tell you it happened before last. So his shit may be out of sequence, but I don't know. He's been there several times. I don't know. I mean, do they have a file on him? They've been watching him, whatnot.
Damn.
If it's that case,
Now,
I mean,
let me tell you, they can be some a-holes, man. Because when I came during the pandemic, it was people getting sent home for like halfway having a mask covered over their nose. They was just like, "You get out of line." He was like, "What I do?"
Damn.
Go. Yeah. This was in Cartagena, so they could be some a-holes too, man. They could
yeah,
be some a-holes.
Colombia.
Do you
Well,
think this
Colombia
is that
are not a
situation?
respecter of people. As far as like, just because you have an American passport, they're just gonna, let you do whatever. Because I have a friend, he's in Colombia right now, but about 2 years ago, he got deported. He went to, I think, Ecuador to check.
Hold on 1 second. I just got a hater, BLB. This is me in Santa Martha last year, bro.
Was a
Like,
little bit of a hassle.
I'm not shitting on Colombia, but I don't see you doing stuff like this,
Still
dog.
dealing with that.
I love Santa
You know,
Marta, man.
Right. He wants to go to the hood and do hood shit.
Bathroom's
Like,
kinda
brother,
ordinary.
I'm at a resort on the
nothing
beach
nice,
with a
but
baddie. Like,
Overall, I'm very impressed.
like
Yeah.
again, I give credit where credit is due. I just had to show that really quick. My bad, y'all.
Is that Mexico?
No,
Or-
Santa Marta.
No.
That's Colombia.
He's over there getting triggered.
Right. This is Santa Martha right here.
Santa Marta is
Dope
very
news.
nice. Like when I really thought about moving to Colombia, before my
Mhm.
situation changed, that was at the top of, like, that was the place I was eyeing at. Santa Marta. It's a really nice spot, man. There's a few foreigners that go there, but
Mhm.
it's still kind of like, I don't know why people go to Medellin and these, like, I like to be close to the water, but everybody
Same.
like what they like. But
Right. Right. I mean, I got more that I can show, but it's just, again, because people think I'm a Colombian hater, and I'm not. Again, I don't like the food and I don't like the liquor. The women are great. It's great to visit. Santa Martha was decent. But when it comes to Mexico, the food, the liquor is on point. The beaches are nice. Yes, Colombia, I'll give the edge on the women, but there's no shortage of beautiful women. And that's kind of my argument. And again, if brothers want to go there and explore Colombia, great, but they should be held to a higher standard. I'm seeing guys with women with excessive tats, guts, BBWs. I'm like, yo, you're going all the way over there for this? Like, what?
Well, QB, I think you've carved out your niche with Mexico. Like you about the only. I think you're the only brother that is going there, like you are.
Mm-hmm. Well, yes and no. I think a lot of brothers, they don't know about Mexico, so if they don't know about it, it's not going to really interest them to go as much compared to a place like Medellin where everybody's going. So lack of content, and then the stereotype again. Mexican women are SpongeBob. You have the cartels. It's dangerous. That's another deterrent of not wanting to go to Mexico. But I'm just looking and comparing. I'm like, okay, well, you're going to these places, and these are the real women that you're getting at. Like, no, I wouldn't go there. Right. But again, everybody moves different, has a different perspective. And then, not to be biased, it's like, okay, well, Guayaquil, I love that place. The seafood, I'm a seafood guy. The seafood and Guayaquil, man, I can eat crab legs for $7. Garlic crab.
Yeah, wait, they got crab legs?
Yes, I told you, on the north side of town, the promoter, he'll take you there, bro. He'll take you there. They got crab.
But a lot of these countries, they got crabs, but they don't really have like snow crab legs. Are you talking about?
They don't have snow crab legs, but they have like, it's like the thigh or the thumb meat of the crab. You dip that bad boy in garlic, bro, you're in heaven. It's enough meat. It's enough meat.
Okay, I'm gonna try it. I like crab.
Pause.
Yeah, pause.
I
Pause.
appreciate it. No excuse.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
and I'm getting ready to go now. Shoot, I think Buddy finna pull up in about 10 minutes.
Okay.
But, I wanted to comment on-
Hey, just do a little selfie video, y'all together, man. You know, because that's my guy. He'll make sure you're right. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
And I'll be checking on you.
I
Pause.
want to answer your question. I wanted to
Huh?
answer your question earlier that I didn't get a chance to
Yeah.
answer.
Go ahead before you leave.
So Guayaquil, this is my 3rd day here now. So I mean, I'm smiling, like I'm not disappointed at all. Completely. It's for now, I think it's an amazing place. You know what I mean? Like obviously it's not the perfect place. Nothing's gonna be perfect, but
Right.
I don't want to I don't want to say like anything for certain, but just compared to other places, I'm really liking it. Even with the people giving me warnings, like on the flight here, I met a chica. She was 21 from New Jersey. She was born and raised here, and she just laced me up with game. Everybody's just super helpful, especially if they can speak a little bit of English. They are super helpful, and she was warning me about the colorism herself. Like she brought up the colorism and started talking about how she was disappointed in her country for that. And I haven't really experienced it myself, but at the same time, I see that people are acknowledging and trying to do good. You know what I mean? And I appreciate that. You know? Even the chica last night, she was like a white Guayaquil girl,
Right.
but she even brought it up herself. So I think that's a really positive thing about the country. Like I really like that.
Nice.
And plus, I've been having a great time every night. Like it's not been any really slow nights. Like last night, I thought it was gonna be slow for real, but
Right.
Okay. Y'all seen it? Some of y'all seen it took a little turn.
Right. No, you're good. You're good, and I appreciate that input. And be safe tonight, and then report back to us, player. All right.
Yes, sir. Salute
Thanks.
to y'all, man. Thank you.
Salute.
Okay.
Sal.
BLB, what's good, man? What's going on, player?
Good afternoon, panel. Good afternoon. Good night. Good evening. Whatever it is. How y'all?
Good. What's going on
Yo,
with you, bro?
Doing good.
Man, ain't none. Hey, QB, what's going on with you, man? You know you got everything negative to say about Colombia, bro. You have no positives about it, bro.
I would strongly disagree, brother. Strongly disagree.
Bruh.
Um,
All right.
Again, first of all, just sticking to the topic, brother was denied access to Medellin. Really quick, I'll answer what you have to say about my negative views on Colombia. But what's your thoughts about brother being denied to Medellin? Really quick.
I mean, all right. Number one, I seen earlier. I had to, hop off. Good live tonight, by the way. Let me give some credit where credit's due.
Appreciate that.
Number one, you made a comment about his shirt, and you don't realize the power behind that shirt. That shirt that he had on was called Medellin Crew, which was head up by a dude named Rob Lester, which owns Sweet Georgia Cafe. At that particular time in Medellin, it was a haven for brothers to go and get knowledge. Remember, when Rob was living in Medellin, there was no brothers getting scoped. Then he left Medellin, he went to Brazil, and now it's going haywire. There was a central place where Americans can go and get up on game, or you could come there when if something happened to you and you mess with because you remember you're in Colombia, you're in a third world country. You mess with somebody's girl that's moonlighting as a regular girl, and you know what I'm saying, you could be in some stuff in Medellin. Medellin can heat up like a microwave. And so Sweet Georgia Cafe was a point of information, a point of brotherhood for Black men to get together. So it was a good thing. So when you made fun of that shirt, it was kind of, I didn't really
okay.
As far as
BLB, is there somewhere like Sweet Georgia that's still there now, or is that just something that's missing?
That's missing. That's missing. It's nothing there now. You got your flip flops in Sosua, right? You had Sweet Georgia, basis of points of reference where guys can go in and get that information. And Cartagena, you pretty much got my guy Danger. You can still go out there and have a good time if you're with Danger. But there's nothing really now for the brothers to do. And plus, with all the attention that was generated from people YouTubing and traveling to Medellin, you're gonna get the guys that travel there that don't care and they just want to go straight for Pound Town, right? And that's what's happening. They're not vetting or dealing with these women. They don't even want to go sit down and eat. They're like, yo, my Airbnb's here. What time you showing up? And so you get scoped. You know what I'm saying? And that happens. And so the theme of what everybody is saying about Medellin, which people need to take a pause, because y'all got to be careful what you say about Medellin, because they listen. And the next time you think you're going over there, they're gonna be like, oh, that's that dude from YouTube that was saying that. And you might be a target. So you got to be careful when you talk about Medellin. The thing about Medellin that people forget is there's other cities in Colombia. You know, people will say Colombia, people, you going to Colombia to get scoped, you're going to Colombia, but they're really meaning Medellin. What about Cúcuta? What about Bucaramanga? What about Pereira? What about Buga? What about Pesto? What about Popayan? What about Choco? What about Santa Marta? What about San Andreas? Cali, I don't want people to go because Cali's my home. You know what I'm saying?
Well, they all up in there right now because there's an Afro festival going on out there.
Yeah, but best believe they're on their P's and Q's in Cali, because my guys over there, they don't play. You know what I'm saying? Cali don't play.
See how he left that conveniently off his list of people cities he shouting out.
Cali,
how we try to keep our back pocket to ourselves.
I would say to go to Cali because it's a better cultural experience. Like me and QB likes the lighter shade joints. I like a little chocolate. It's cool, no problems. Black, like he said, which is true. Black men are not a monolith. We like different things. But Cali is for me because you get a little bit of everything in Cali, right? So it's a vibe. You get the joints coming from Buenaventura, the joints that's already there. You get the joints from Tumaco, Tucán. You understand what I'm saying? So it's a big variety in that area. So when people speak about Colombia, it's always a negative connotation with the word Colombia when they really mean Medellin. So I want people to be careful. Medellin is Wild Wild West. It's always been that, bro. It is never going to change. That's in their blood. So what happens in Medellin that don't necessarily happen in other places. You've never seen and shout out to DC Rob. I don't know why he blocked you, but shout out to DC Rob because DC Rob keeps people up on things that's happened. But he's never once on his channel said scoped in Cali. He's never once said scoped in Pereira. Never once. You know what I'm saying? So if when you talk about Colombia, if it was all of Mexico versus Medellin, okay, I get that. I have nothing to say about that. There's nothing I can say. But when you reference Colombia as a whole, bro, we can't do that because there's a lot of beautiful people in Colombia, a lot of dope people, caring people, but there's also some wolves. And you shouldn't be going over there thinking with the joint in your pants. You should be thinking the same way you walk out your door every day, thinking about, look, I lock my doors because I don't want nobody to come. You should be thinking about that when you get off the plane. Exactly. And guys keep forgetting that.
BLB, I got a question for you then, because you kind of didn't answer the question QB asked. It sounds like you are a Colombian veteran. So what did you think about the brother, the way he entered Colombia and the story that he told?
I'm not really up on everything that happened. I just know they're usually Colombia works closely with the United States alphabet group is in all of South America. They're in Colombia the heaviest. They're all through that. So if they denied him for something, it could be deeper than rap. We don't know. You know what I'm saying? He could be a P word. We don't know. What did he give I'm sorry to now that you laugh, bro. I'm not accusing him. I'm saying he could be. Right. I don't know the man. You know what I'm saying? So what did he give as a reason as to why they, didn't let him go through? Because remember, there's like 10 planes that land every day, but he's the only one.
Right. Mm-hmm. Well, we said that was sketchy because there's some things that he kind of left out that needed to be addressed. And he kind of vague as hell.
Kind of like that dude. What's that dude? B-Dub. Remember that dude, B-Dub? He wanted to show his girl, but he didn't tell people how much he was paying for. for a company. Yeah, that's my girl.
Shit.
That
He
was.
was in here. B-Dub was in here.
Yeah,
Oh, was he? Well,
Yeah.
tell
Yeah,
B.
he was in the chat.
I'm gonna hold on. I can get. Let me summon him. I'm down.
Bring
to
her back.
summon him.
Oh,
Bring her
shit.
back. B Dub. B Dub.
Oh, cracking it here.
So you
Now-
mean
I
B
have a
Dub's
question for
traveling
BLB.
girl was your girl?
You sound
Nah.
very knowledgeable about.
Nah. I'm talking about the one he was in. He was in
Hold on.
Honduras. He was in Honduras or something with her, and he was like, "Yo, y'all pookies," and he was like, "Y'all spirit flyers and all that." He was going in on people,
Yeah,
but he was
that
being
one.
very general, right? Man, he's paying for it, bro. You think a girl like that staying with OG like that and ain't getting no Skrilla? Yo, wildin'.
Really quick, passport blueprint. You have something to say? I'm gonna.
Yeah, I
summon-
wanted to ask BLB a question. So,
Mhm.
you being knowledgeable about Colombia, what is the solution to these issues of guys going over there and just for that special tourism and stuff? What is the solution so that way? Because I really believe law enforcement is watching us.
Of course. Of
Yeah.
course. They're watching for liability reasons. They're watching for there's certain things I can't say about Colombia on here because I'm so close with people over there. There's certain things you don't say because
True. That's
like
understandable.
I just told y'all, things can get back to you. But the solution is, and I gave this on my channel, go to the casas. If you need anything, go to the casas, bro. Let's do some quick math, QB. For you guys that want to go over there, you're on your vacation, you want to slide out and you want to do something extra, some adult things, right? You take a girl out to eat. That's going to cost you 100 to 200 mil. That's about $50, right? You have some drinks. You go to dancing. That's some drinks, right? You're doing all of this all because you want to get to the happy moment at the end of the night, right? Save all that. Just spend 50 pesos. It's $15 to go to a casa and do what you got to do. $15. And then you don't have to worry about somebody. See, the thing is, the confusion with men is when the early Dominican days with this girlfriend experience thing. You want her to stay overnight. You want her to sleep with you. You want to pretend like she's your girlfriend. Well, Medellin has been telling y'all, get a real girlfriend, bro. Get a real girlfriend.
Thank you.
You know what I'm saying? Because these things that you're short timing with is not that they're not on that type of time. They can see, how did Pablo Escobar control Medellin like that? Because he was really smart. He was smarter. A lot of the criminals, drug dealers and criminals, they're really smart, right? If you switch them from the streets to the boardroom, they would excel. So these people are really smart, but for some reason people equate third world with low education. Colombia has a great education. These people are smart. These women can read you and see he's not really serious about this. He just wants some smash. You know what I'm saying?
That's B-Dub's girl, by the way. B-Dub, you've been summoned, so pull up. All right, but go ahead.
B-Dub don't want to smoke with me, bro.
I got a question for B. I can't see his name.
BLB.
BLB.
Yes,
What's
sir.
good, bro? Now I've been to 14 cities in Colombia, man. You mentioned Tumaco, man. That's a city I've been to, man. So, have you been to all the Afro-Colombian cities?
I've been only to Choco, and the reason why I haven't been to the other ones is because I was advised against it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Well,
I would love to go.
I'm going next month, man. Back to Tumaco and Quibdó, man. So I need some wingmans to come.
Tumaco, Quibdó. I was there, and when I was there during the pandemic. I slid over there during the pandemic. Tumaco is a little bit more. How do I say this without being? There's a lot of things going on over there. Let's just say that.
Well, I've been there. I've been there.
But you know what QB said? You know what QB just said about me? He said, "Yo, you like the girls from the hood." So my guys are from the hood. So if I go over there, it's not. It's just complicated.
And there's nothing wrong with that. There is nothing wrong. We all move different. BLB has a lot more street mart savvy than most, and including myself. And that's the environment you feel comfortable being in. Now, there are other brothers that, hey, that's not really my thing, and that's okay too. So that's why we can come on a panel and let our audience know, hey, if this is something that you're into, you got to move this way. But if you're this type of brother squared, which is me, this, you're going to need to go with somebody that has that street smarts. Otherwise, you can be in a very bad situation. Extremely bad.
I mean, here's another advice. Say, for instance, me and QB go to Medellin, right? This is before knowing everything. Like, and all of my guys that's connected with me or around me in my circle, they know. Like, I'm like, hey, we'll do check-ins. Like, did you make it there? Hit me when you get there. Hit me when she leaves, or give me your wallet, or give me this, or give me that. Right? So we do checklists. We used to call it back in the day when we was traveling in Dominican Republic. We used to call it chica proof in your crib. Remember that?
I heard about that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So you
remember
used to, yeah, chica proof your crib, right? So she can't walk up out of there with stuff. But you also want to keep somebody, you know what I'm saying? You want to keep people on the up and up. Like you rent a building with security. Every now and again, and I said this like 20 million times. Look, what does it take for you to order like a Uber Eats or a Rappi for your security guy? Yo, you hungry, bro? What you need?
Yep.
All right.
Yeah.
You order something for your guy, so that way when Shorty when he sees you walking with Shorty and he sees her walking out with a TV and a refrigerator, something's wrong. You feel me?
Right. It don't cost that much either, B.O.B. And it's just
No.
like these guys are tight as mother. They'll squeeze the ink off a fucking dollar bill before they'll spend money to protect their own fucking lives. I don't get it.
But
We think that we think we're the Superman. That's what we think. We're cool. We can handle it. I'm sorry. Go ahead, brother.
But I was about to say, I think the one thing is that this community of brothers here, and you look at brothers spread out across all the channels, even from Thailand guys, the Brazil guys, the Colombian guys, Mexico guy, QB. We all talk amongst each other, and we all kind of share that information. I mean, it's been a while since we've seen brothers in our community get scoped, or something like that happen to them. So the as long as the communication's flowing, the conversation's flowing, I think that would make things the best. Even just like we're talking about now, the security measures that brothers are coming in, that are encountering, coming back from these countries. That needs to be talked about. Like, hey, like we just talked about it a minute ago, you need to log out of your apps. You need to close out everything. They got the software now to go into your Bumble, go into your Tinder, to look at your transcripts. So those are the measures that you're going to have to start taking.
Right. Invest in your Airbnb. If you're renting an Airbnb, make sure you got security. Make sure, like, if you know who here has been to Cali or Cali, I would say. Anybody been to Cali?
I've been to Cali.
Yeah, I've been.
So if you rent, some of them Airbnbs is in like apartment complexes where it's fenced off and there's like 6 or 7 buildings in there, right? So by the time, you know what I'm saying, if she scope you, by the time she go downstairs to the elevator and walk through security, she has to pass security to get out. By the time she do all that, you know what I'm saying, there's double doors where they have to either press the button to unlock the door and stuff like that, or let her out. By the time, the security dude call upstairs and he don't get no answer from you, he'll be like, yo, hold on, little lady, because now you got a backpack. Hold on, I'm going to go upstairs and check on homie, make sure he's good. I'll be right back. You know what I'm saying? And then, you know what I'm saying? There's ways to, like, it's no way to be 100% safe, but there is a way to minimize these chances. Like, for instance, me checking effect we think we almost got scoped, right? So we was in a house in Medellin. I called these 3 girls over because it was me, Check, and another YouTuber called Charlie Boy, right? Charlie Boy TV from Miami. So Charlie Boy didn't like any of the girls that we bought. Me and Check was chilling with the 3. I ended up crashing one of them, and then we were back out having drinks. We had a bottle of Medellin. We were drinking. 2 of them started mixing the drink, making the drinks for us, Coke and rum. So me and Check's looking at each other like, yo, this don't feel right. But we already had the drink. You feel me? But the second time, They're taking shots of aguardiente and drinking the rum too. Then the second drink comes, but they're like pushing us to drink it, pushing us to drink it. At the same time that they're pushing us to drink it, they're asking for my homie to come out the room. Yo, tell you he don't like us, tell him to come out the room. He came out to the door, said hi, went back in. He wouldn't come out. So at that point, I think they aborted mission. And it was like, immediately, it was like, hey, we got to go somewhere. We'll be right back later. And so me and Check talking, we laugh about it all the time, because it was just so weird how they're pushing us to drink. Like, we're grown men. If we want to drink, like, you know, I don't need you to put it up to my mouth. That's crazy. So that type of situation. After that, I started paying attention. I started reading about how Scopamina, the plant, just grows on the side of the road there. It's just normal for them, right? And we started moving differently after that. Like, nah, you know, if I'm drinking, I'm drinking. This is mine, and I'm watching. I've thrown out so many cups in clubs everywhere, Peru, Ecuador, Brazil, just because I don't feel, even if it's not a Scopamine situation, I just don't feel right. If anybody touch my cup, I'm pouring it out. I'll get another one. You hear me? So that's just me. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna go to the bathroom, pee, and come back and because she's fine, forget that my drink was on the table. I'm like, yo, let me get another cup. Send me another cup and some more ice to the bar.
Yeah.
Good points.
Now, I will say this. You know, my time in Barranquilla and Santa Marta was great. And I don't know if you saw that video, BLB, but I put Barranquilla as one of my top 5 cities to date in Latin America. Now, the thing is, guys are just fixated of wanting to go to Medellin. And this is where I hold Colombian content creators, hey, show other aspects of Colombia, so therefore it doesn't have this negative connotation for the most part.
No, they like BLB. They want to keep that shit off the radar.
I mean, people do. I mean, but sometimes certain cities get views. Like if I drop a video and I hashtag Sosua, Cartagena, Medellin, that get more views.
It's gonna go up.
More, yeah. So I've been to a lot of cities, but it don't get a lot of views. Maybe some white guys view my stuff because they trying to retire and they trying to do other stuff, but
right.
I don't get a lot of brothers checking for them smaller cities.
We did a video, right? We used to do, me and you, like when I was running around with Check and GR, and then he brought me. He was the person who brought me to Colombia for the first time. We would put women on our channels and drop their Instagram, and then after that, we stopped doing it because like the followers and some of the YouTubers was getting greasy in their DMs, right?
Wow.
And so, that's the reason. So QB got this little funny thing. He seen I was in Brazil and I posted a girl and he's like, yo, the type of girls that you post, like my first lady will never be seen, bro. It will never happen. I know what type of industry we're in with this travel space and how guys can be. I would never post my main joint. You know what I'm saying? I've sent some pictures in a group chat of somebody I was talking to or vetting, but my shorties will never be on no YouTube for none. Now, if we got some years in and we want to do a channel together and stuff like that, cool. But I'm not gonna post my joint. So dudes be like, then I have to find out that you got to be careful on that, because then you find out like guys like me probably smashed her while you was away, while you was out of town.
That's
what I'm saying?
I think me and Ronan and a couple of us talked about this a few weeks ago about brothers that are just lazy. You know, they going after the same.
They'll
girl
DM you and say, "Yo, when you leaving town, can you hook me up with the old girl that you with right now?" I'm like, "Yo, why you want sloppy seconds or thirds or whatever the fuck? You can't go get your own girl. You gonna just hook up with the next man's girl."
And you're seeing that all the time in Thailand from the guys. You know, they back channeling other dudes trying to get
Thailand.
the same girl.
Ain't all them dudes out there with porn stars and ex sex workers?
Corn stars.
Corn stars with a C. My bad, QB, with a C.
I mean,
corn stars and
if you're in Pattaya, you have a good chance to be with one.
I mean, all the YouTubers are with them now, ain't they?
Man.
Passport Bro team. Passport Bro's been taking they've been taking a slow L. Like the movement was fun. It started out great. It was supposed to be something great, but it turned to something crazy.
Well, I think what we're noticing, brother, is that, and I mentioned this on several panels, and I think I even mentioned it to you, QB. What is the end game?
Yes.
You can't be out there the whole time doing what you're doing and not have an end game. It used to be everybody said they're looking for wives, but shoot, we got cats that's been out there on the street for 5, 6, 7 years. We got a young man traveling across Brazil, Europe, all over the place, saying he can't find nothing now. You know,
right?
Nah, that's funny that you said that. The game is done, QB. Go ahead.
So for me, okay, I do want to take my girls serious, and I'm making steps to do that. Now, for other guys, I can't speak on them, but I 100% agree with you. There has to be an end game, because otherwise, you know, your future is just really going to be unstable. You're going to go to a country and just visit there and not want to live there in the future? Or is this what you want to do? Is just bang out prostitutes until you die?
Some guys want that. Some guys.
I mean, here's the thing: y'all never going to be able to keep up the pace. I'm just telling you. Attrition's going to fall in, and y'all not going to be able to keep up the pace. However you establish, you're going to have to finish, or you're going to have to transition your YouTube pages from one thing to another. And you might lose your followers depending on how geek they were about what you were putting out to begin with.
I agree on that.
You're gonna have to migrate your page and your followers. And yeah, you're gonna take some losses. You're gonna take some hits of people like not agreeing with your new lifestyle. Now, this is what Austin's going through. How long can you do this? You can't do this. He's 25 years old. You think he's gonna make 30 doing the same shit he's doing now? No, he's got to move his page. He's got to constantly continue to change to keep interest.
The error on that was the error on Austin is not Austin. Austin's doing great. He's going to continue to do great. The problem is 40 and 50 and 30-year-old men looking to him for dating advice is crazy. Crazy.
You already know what's wrong with those dudes.
It's crazy.
I like the end game. It should be an end game, but here's the thing also, that the detriment to your health, you know, drinking, banging out these girls, partying excessively. There's been some brothers that unfortunately lost their life being a passport bro. Shout out to, you know, RIP Kenny Ken. And so you don't want to go that route either, you know, to a point where there's just no return and you're only traveling because you're chasing a high when it's not an actual desire destination that you really want to go to. So it has to be a balance, but everybody has to have a goal. Everyone. If you're going to be a bachelor for the rest of your life, cool, but focus on your health as well.
Yeah, they all go hand in hand. Secondary to health is your time. You need both.
Right. And money. You know,
you can always make money back, but you can never get your time and your health. You got to fix those things first. Money comes third to that. You know what I mean?
Right. Nah.
Well, there's Timothy Ravel Reed that got shot in the face in Barranquilla. Barranquilla for me is a little uneasy because there's an element in Barranquilla that's a little weird.
The South Side.
That's what I mean. But them boys will come up north because they know we're all there at any moment, and it's just a little. It's a little weird. Barranquilla got some beautiful women that work and all that, right? But it's just a little weird. Maybe Santa Marta. It's these small towns that nobody travels to. Like, guys, if you're really, really in search of love anywhere, Mexico, anywhere, you got to get away from the tourist areas because you're going to run into the chapeadoras. You're going to run into the Scopamine queens. You're going to run into, you know what I'm saying, the women that's in for your wallet, or like the shorty that got killed in Bogota by the American dude from Texas. You're going to run into a girl that's going to pretend to be with you but got a side dude that she's giving your money to. Like you're gonna run into that. These small towns where it actually takes work for you to bag the girl is what you need. You know what I mean? Like your game, like how you coming with her is how you're gonna bag her. And if you bag her, after she's saying no, or after she's not trying to give up no skins on the first date, you might got something to it. She got a job, she got a good family, her parents together. She's not in the clubs all the time. You might have a good girl, but here's the problem. Here's the other problem. These weekend warriors that have some game have been spitting it to these women, using and abusing them, sliding out, and then they don't ever want to check for they never will talk to an American again, or they turn to a demon.
Hey, highlight Alex Bam Bam again. He's in Pattaya.
Okay.
So he's seeing these guys checking out bad
Yeah.
lifestyles, spending their days in the bar.
Yeah, I mean, again, you don't want to be that person still lonely living overseas. I mean, what's the point of that? But as you mentioned, the other spots. So this kind of brings it up. When I was listening to Flyboys Live, like he mentioned, shout out to him. He's doing great out there in Cali, Colombia. That he loves Colombia a lot. Like that's his heart. But it's hard for him to like really get a main there compared to like the main in Cuba. And my thing is like, okay,
why not take the Cuban chick and put her in Colombia?
Yeah,
you can't do that. How's she gonna leave on a boat? Come on.
What you mean? Don't he have a spot in Colombia?
It's hard to get Cubans there, man.
My thing is BLB is like you gotta go.
You can't get Cubans out of Cuba. So
that's hard, bro.
Oh, okay.
You
Unless
gotta
she's
go
a
to
baseball player.
Right. You got to go to the smaller towns, right? You got to go to the smaller towns, and maybe he might get a girl in Cali right now that's on his program. I saw him out there. His shorts. A lot of brothers are out there in Cali, but QB being the Zerber, I'm gonna be like, okay, when I see the interaction, I want to see some quality Cali local women. Now, again, my taste is a little bit subjective from others, but I'm here to see brothers win, period.
So what you trying to say, man? You ain't seeing
one man's beauty. One man's beauty is another man's crazy. So
right. I'm sure you'll find what you want in Cali.
Well, I know QB's taking a shot at right now. I've seen some receipts coming out of from Cali right now.
yeah.
I'm not dropping no names. I already know you checking people's receipts that are in Cali right now during the festival.
Yeah, they got them out there. QB.
Remember about Cuba is that if you're, and I know this guy, Cuban guy here in Vegas, that I remember when he came here, he said he came over on the boat, but he said now a Cuban, if you can get from Cuba to Mexico, all they need to do is just walk up to the border and they're in. So if he really wanted to get her over here, all he got to do is get her to Mexico, get a flyer there, because Cubans can't go into Mexico.
Yeah. Hey, man! One of my boys, one of my homies is on that. Is told me he was gonna do that with his chick. Send her to Mexico.
Send her to Mexico. All she got to do is get to the border. She claims asylum.
Y'all smuggling chicas now? Damn.
Oh man! Hey.
Don't use that word on here, man.
So hold on. I gotta say this too. Also, like, I know Cali has the melanated really nice, but another city where brothers is sleeping on. This is my personal opinion. Panama City.
Been there. Loved it.
Panama has melon. Lots of melon.
Stopover. Panama's a fly through, bro.
Listen. Panama is not on the list because they use American dollars, and brothers like to travel cheap. You're gonna spend some money in Panama.
Bullseye.
You are. I'm just saying the talent is there too. So Cali, Panama, melon, obviously.
There's a lot of Colombians in Panama too.
Brazil.
Bunch.
Yeah.
A whole bunch.
Brazil. But I mean, the guy that's making Brazil content, he's a sugar daddy.
Damn.
But I mean, if that's
Shots
what,
fired.
yeah, I look at him as that. If that's what he want to do, that's where his mindset is at. We just talked about that. Is he gonna be one of these guys that's gonna be out there for years and years being a sugar daddy, or he's gonna be somebody like you with an end game?
Go abroad now. Wants to sugar date the rest of his life.
Yeah, if you want to sugar date
So-
for the rest of his life, let him do it.
Can I ask y'all a question?
Yeah,
QB,
go ahead.
this is. Can y'all name throughout? Let's start from 2020. All these YouTubers that was telling you to go out, travel, and showing you all these places, right? How many of them got wives or girlfriends at this point right now?
Wives and girlfriends. I mean, you want to go through the countries?
Andrea, Love Cross.
Let's go through the big. Let's name the big YouTuber names. Who got girlfriends?
Zoom
Ace
got a girlfriend.
Ace don't got no girlfriend. I heard she's for the streets.
Zoom's got
Oh
one.
shit! Ace Lives girl. For real?
The one that was the one that was in Medellin. This is what I heard. I don't know if it's true.
So
I don't know if that was the one from Dominican Republic or the one from Colombia that he picked up and he kept.
The one from Medellin that he was
He's
running
had her
around
in
with.
Peru. He's had her in Peru. He's had her in several other countries.
Well, she might be in pocket now.
okay, so we got Zoom's got a girlfriend. QB's got a girlfriend.
Mhm.
You got Andre got a wife.
Mhm.
Let's see. There was a brother in the Dominican
Lowe's,
Republic.
Low, Crypto TV.
Mhm.
Yeah. What's it? ORB. I forget his name.
Oh,
He's
it's
got a
Solo.
Colombian.
Solo, ORD.
Yeah, he's got
ORD's
he's got a
one.
Colombian. I think Colombian version.
There's a brother. I can't think of his name in Dominican Republic. He's like he's married to. I think she's either a dentist or a doctor or not. She's not. She's something. I can't think of their names and stuff, but they're a couple in DR.
Oh,
Norbert. Black Man Travels has a DR wife. I mean,
Yes.
and so does Fearless. Fearless Podcast has a Dominican wife.
Okay.
Who else?
But these are guys that are already preaching that. These what you should be distinguishing the ones that are preaching. That's just what they're going over to do and haven't done it yet. You get what I'm saying?
It's the thing, because remember when they first started, it was the conversation, and I talk about this on my channel, how they were, there's no good women in the States yet. You know what I'm saying? They're 4 years in this game and haven't had a relationship.
Not even.
I've had two relationships. One of the relationships I had was in Medellin, and I found out later on that she used to be a former worker girl. I had to cut that out. You understand what I'm saying? The second one I had in Ecuador, she was a doctor, but her kid was autistic, and that was a lot for me, bro. So I've been there. I'm really selective with the women I'm with. I'm really selective with the type of woman I want around me because I know what type of person I am, and I can't have somebody that's going to give me a headache because I know, it's not going to go well.
Uncle Guns, come on, man. They're not all Transformers, Uncle Gun.
That's what are you talking about? Thailand? I mean, listen.
But also,
I
you
mean,
got
listen.
the brother. What's the brother in the Philippines that's got a girl?
Broke passport. That's his name, or passport budget. He's
that's the one
with the lady.
That's the one.
What's his name?
Oh, the light skinned guy.
No, the older brother.
He started off in Thailand. Now he's over in the
Yeah,
Philippines.
he's older.
I'm talking about the older brother. What's
With
his
the lady
name?
boys.
No.
His wife got a channel.
Passport?
No.
Oh, you're talking about Black Filipino.
No,
Filipino.
Well, Black Filipino is one, but
And then there's another guy named Dean Hassan. He's an ex-Marine.
the bald-headed brother. What's his name?
He's bald-headed. Black guy, big, tall black guy. He's bald-headed.
No, not him.
Game Abroad?
He's like 60, 61, 62 years old.
Oh, the older guy that
you're talking about Sunshine Shoulders. Sunshine Shoulders.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
That's the one with his girl has a channel. His girl has a channel, right?
She doesn't have a channel. No, she don't have a channel.
No, but I thought they were getting divorced. I'm not sure. I'm not sure what was going on.
Sunshine Shoulder. He's actually married
to
another Filipino that's here in the States.
But there's at least 4 or 5 brothers that have channels in the Philippines that I know because I follow them all.
Yeah.
Because that's where I'm headed next.
There's one of them that got a girl, and she's terrible.
Like 10 to 15 of them.
So BLB, no Asian. That ain't your flavor, player.
Definitely not Thailand. Them they look like little boys, bro. They look like adolescent boys, fam.
Damn.
And then the rest of them, they're stars. You know what I'm saying? They're internet stars. You feel me? So I just can't, bro. If I give somebody my last name, and shout out, I did the live last week about the dude that's in the NFL that married a former worker for Cartagena, right? I can't put my last name on something like that. I'm a man with pride. I can't do ish like that. You know what I mean? My
Hold on,
last
time
name
out.
means, yeah.
Talking about who you talking about the Venezuelan chick?
Yes, sir. She's a baddie though. She's tough.
Yes.
Yeah, she got some
She's
work
tough.
done. She married an ex-athlete.
He's an NFL player. I think he's current. That's the word in the streets, that he's a current NFL player. You see how the picture on her Instagram, you see she took a wedding picture. They got married in Vegas, and there's like a picture of his hand. She's not showing him, because she knows once that dude surfaces, you know what I'm saying, and people start flooding. There's videos out of her going to Pound Town for a client like this. So once them videos, bro, it's tough. And
Who
dudes
was
is
the
out here
basketball
marrying her.
player this year that his wife was like, "Yo, you're not making enough money. I'm going back to the streets," basically.
Oh, hell.
That was Joe Smith. Smith.
Yes.
Now
Yeah.
She was an American black woman. She wasn't a foreigner.
Now I got a video with old girl.
Who?
You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying? You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now,
Which one are you talking about?
The Venezuelan Cartagena joint. The joint from Cartagena.
Right. Guys, really quick, I got to do final closing thoughts. Ronan, if you want to bring everybody to your stream after, that's cool, but I got to get going.
He said, I got business.
I got to get going. I appreciate you guys, but really quick, final closing thoughts, no excuse. What you got for us, player?
Oh man, yeah, man. Just guys, if Colombia is tripping, man, like just it's always a plan B, man. So whatever country don't want to, welcome us, there's always somewhere else to go. So it's not the end of the world. So that's all I got.
All right, appreciate that. BLB, salute to you. Final closing thoughts.
Just be careful, man. Taking advice from these dating coaches that's 24 years old. That's crazy.
Shots fired. I'm just playing.
If you're serious about finding something, there are amazing women in Colombia, bro. You can find a serious relationship in Colombia, but you got to be on that type of time. Once women across the world, once they see what type of time you're on, they'll switch it to something else. Like Dominican women, if they see you ain't on some serious time, they're gonna try to get some bread out of you. Okay, if this is what it is what it is. But if you want to go over there willy-nilly and do the weekend warrior thing in Medellin, per se, go to the casas. They're open. You get some late at night to 4 a.m. You can get your rocks off at any time. Cali, as you know, you don't hear anything because there's no tourist area there in Cali, right? So you got Cartagena, you got Medellin. But you know what I mean? Know what you want. If you want to do some tricking, do that, but do it safely, man. And that's all I got.
Okay, I appreciate you pulling up too, and sub to his channel, by the way. Baja Tours, you were a little quiet tonight, but final closing thoughts.
Yeah, I kind of caught you on the tails end.
Yeah, I know. You always do, bro. You always do, but that's okay.
Yeah. Well, all right, but yeah, it ain't the end of the world because you can't get into Colombia. There's 100 other countries that we can go into and bang some broads.
Oh Lord Jesus.
All right.
He would say,
I probably didn't get monetized now, but that's okay.
Bruh.
Hey, all right. Yeah. Well, shit. Since we gonna go rated R.
No, let's keep it. Let's just keep it PG.
All right, I'll say the PG-13. Yeah. All right. As for Pathfinder, and he was a buster anyway. He gonna claim Compton and then duck the fade on Razor Rays.
Ooh. Damn. All right, cool. I appreciate you, player. Ronan, final closing thoughts. Hold on. Let me. I got me on the exit solo. All right, there
Man.
you are. Final closing thoughts, player.
I mean, here's the thing. If you guys are serious about traveling and it's not a weekend warrior type of thing, these countries are starting to lock down on immigration, not only, how many times you're going into the country, but the reasons why you're going into the countries. If you're going there because you have a steady lady, somebody you go in there consistently for, get a longer visa. It's not that hard. Just invest the money and get the longer visa. One, you're going to show the girl that you're really more committed to actually being in a relationship. You're going to show the country you're looking really more to contribute to that country. You're going to be received a little bit better than just having that 30-day visa and doing the border run. Stop being fucking cheap. That's one thing about our community. We're fucking cheap about certain things.
Yeah.
I mean, you should go ahead and fucking spend the money.
Yes, agree.
Okay.
Thank you.
So just get the longer passports, alleviate the fucking difficulty of getting back and forth in the countries. If you plan on going there multiple times a year. That's it.
All right, appreciate you. Drew G, my bad. Final closing thoughts.
Yeah, just want to say appreciate your panel tonight. I appreciate the conversation, also appreciate the communication, because I think that's always what's needed. Everyone needs to talk about what they're seeing, how things are changing for you. It keeps everyone abreast of the situation, keeps us safe, first and foremost. Safety, because there's people I know, we talk a lot of shit. A lot of this is very barbershop talk, but there's people that depend on you. And at the end of the day, there's somebody that wants to see you come back. So, salute you, QB. Keep doing your thing, and always here to support you.
All right, man. Appreciate that. Exit solo layout, and then myself. Guys, thank you guys for watching. This was a lit live. Make sure you sub to everybody's channel. Sorry, I'm just distracted because I really do have to get going. Like the video. You guys saw the Hooters video. Again, that's just more info on Guadalajara. I'm going to Costa Rica in 2 weeks with my girlfriend, vacation. So I'm going to make sure I get a lot of content for you guys. So it's your boy QB Passport Flexing signing off. You guys have a good one. And I am out of here.